Hey, did you know we're also on Spotify? You can listen to No Offsides on Spotify while you're busting out reps in the gym, driving to your next tournament, mowing the lawn to gain brownie points with your wife because you're always gone at tournaments, or while you're getting in some much needed shooting and stick handling practice. So if you're into multitasking, make sure to follow us on Spotify, where you can listen to all of our awesome content on the Spotify app. And legend has it that we almost get as many listeners as Joe Rogan. They even say that Joe Rogan himself has begun listening to the No Offsides podcast since recently falling in love with the beautiful game of roller hockey, and he'll even soon have us on as guests, which is pretty cool. So be like Joe Rogan and listen to the No Offsides podcast on Spotify. What's up, Rink Rats? It's Woody. I'm here to tell you that this week's episode is brought to you by Champion Hockey. If you're looking for quality wheels, sticks, bags, and apparel, then look no further. Champion Hockey has everything you need to look and play like a champion. Check out top-of-the-line Legacy Series sticks and wheels and upgrade your game without breaking the bank. Go to champion.hockey to purchase your gear now, and make sure to check out Champion on Instagram at Champion Hockey to stay updated with products and events. Champion Hockey. Look like a champion.
No offside.
Everyone, welcome back for another episode of No Offsides podcast. My name's Dan Dean.
I'm Justin Wood.
There he is. And this is our special guest. He's the influencer from behind the pipes. Some say better than Nasher. Mr. Heffy, how you doing, sir?
I appreciate that intro. I don't know if I could stop Nasher, but I appreciate that. I think we see it happen.
Well, you did. Well, were you on the same team during Wish Cup All-Star game? Wasn't he part of that?
Yeah, he was on the same team as me, and actually he saved my from smashing to pieces, so I appreciate that big time.
Well, maybe this year. Maybe this year you go against him. Or, have you gotten the call yet?
I've gotten the call. We're going back to Wish Cup, All-Star game, and Pro.
Okay.
Nasher, if you're watching this, I've DM'd you. I think I'd look great in the heat. I got the pink setup ready. You just let me know.
Oh, there we go. So that's
I
two
have seen that
call-outs now.
setup.
That's two call-outs now to Nasher, because I called Nasher out because I wanted to see him at US Roller Cup because I want revenge.
Oh, okay.
So we lost, for any viewers. We lost in the semifinals to him at Wish Cup, and in overtime, and so which we inadvertently turned the puck over on a power play, and they went down 2-on-1 and scored shorthanded, and that's how the game ended. But if you look at the schedule, we're the only team that was able to actually come anywhere close to beating them. So I would love a rematch, but I was hoping they would go to US Roller Cup, but it seems as if their guys are dispersed around. So it's unfortunate, but maybe one of us will get our wish.
Well, I hate to do this to you, but if I'm in net, I'm not going to make it easy for you guys. I'm not going to make it easy. I'm not a great roller goalie, but I'm definitely going to put up a fight.
Okay.
And if you love this show, then you will also love the College Roller Foundation. The College Roller Foundation is a volunteer-run, tax-exempt 501c3 nonprofit organization that exists solely to raise and distribute funds to deserving college roller hockey student athletes in the form of scholarships. The College Roller Foundation isn't a tournament series, league, championship, governing body, or sanctioning agency, but rather works with partners to host events to raise and distribute all those dollar bills to roller players who also like to get their academia on. By raising money through donations and divvying out these scholarships to the players, the College Roller Foundation seeks to grow the game of roller in college. And if you're interested in finding more info, helping out, or donating, please visit www.collegerollerfoundation.com and make sure to follow them on Instagram at College Roller Foundation. College Roller Foundation, growing the roller game one scholarship at a time.
Well, I'll come back to Wish Cup, but I guess you just kind of gave me a little segue here. You played ice, seems like most of your life, right?
Yeah, put on skates when I was 3, became a goalie when I was 10, and never looked back.
Okay, all right. So that's pretty healthy hockey career right there. We'll get to your ice career, but I kind of want to know, since it is a roller podcast, what makes you play roller goalie? Like, is there just because you like playing both, or is there something that you like about roller?
So I had never played in a competitive roller league. I grew up playing street hockey like everybody else on blades, never put on pads because I refused to play street hockey in net. And then a couple of years ago, when I was 16, so about 10 years ago, that just aged me a lot. One of my buddies started begging me to play ball hockey because in Quebec, where I'm from, that's huge. Roller hockey is dead, but ball hockey is huge. There's about 1,000 something teams, cash prizes, everything. And I always refused because I had bad knees and I couldn't slide on the surface. I'd get hurt. And then when I stopped playing after my last injury, I really got bored, and playing in men's league doesn't do it for me, especially that half the time it takes them 5 minutes to get up and down the ice. So I was looking for a way to get competitive and play some hockey. And then I had also started making content. And out of the blue, I got messaged by the On the Bench boys, and they're like, hey, you want to come to Wish Cup with us? We can hook you up into the All-Star game. So they messaged Colby. Colby messaged me right away. He goes, yeah. He goes, look, if you're able to get yourself down here, you got a spot in the All-Star game, but you have to play on rollerblades. I didn't own a pair of rollerblades. I had never played in net. I was like, sure, why not? So the next day I went out and bought chassis, changed my ice skates into roller skates. I got lucky enough to partner up with PGS, who made me an incredible setup. I looked amazing at Wish Cup. And then I started practicing on my backyard deck. My dad wanted to kill me because I ruined his floors, but I just started practicing in there every day. And it felt good to just play hockey again. And then once I got to that tournament, I fell in love with it. I don't know if it's just because it's a weekend of hockey with guys, competitive, and they're actually taking it seriously while having fun. But it's just another type of hockey, and I love any type of hockey.
Well, and let's be honest. I mean, the team you were on was a good group of guys. I mean, you were with Chavo, right? PJ DiMartino. That team was really good, and so those guys always have fun no matter where they go.
And I didn't get to play much. I only played one game so I was only supposed to play the All-Star game. Then John reached out last minute. He goes, hey, do you want to play for us? Not knowing that Crafty, I don't know what his first name is, Crafty had gone and get Palma's goalie. So Palma's goalie came in. They're like, we can give you one game and the rest, we can't kick him out. And already paid for his flight. I said, I'm fine with that. Got to meet the guys, got to hang out. It's a cool experience. I have to say, who was the pro guy on Mission? Plays for Detroit.
Oh, Ernie?
His slap shot is terrifying. I hope I get it this year. It's terrifying.
Yeah, he's Adam Ernie actually, I think, plays for Vancouver now. It's either Vancouver. Okay. I think he got traded or signed with either Vancouver or Calgary. But yeah, it's nice to see those NHL guys come out to like a good cause like that and play some roller hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's such a great event. So well ran. I'm excited for this year.
Absolutely. And yeah, we've got Colby on in probably, I don't know, we're a month or two, whatever our schedule's booked out to. But so we'll be talking about Wish Cup for this year, and don't worry, I'll be sure to throw you into the mix. Well,
you know what? I appreciate him taking a chance on me last year for the All-Star game. I was able to raise a bit of money for it, but I had an absolute blast. So I cannot wait for this year. I'm super, super pumped. My wife might kill me because we have a baby due 3 weeks later. Ooh. But I might be just as excited for the roller tournament than that. Just don't tell her that.
There you go. You bring her with you. There's a nice hospital in downtown Nashville.
We're in Minnesota. It's a little far travel for her.
It's time to join a revolution in roller with US Roller Cup, a premier roller hockey tournament series. The US Roller Cup is led by a passion for the sport. US Roller Cup is driven to create an unparalleled experience for players, fans, and coaches alike. With a focus on promoting roller hockey at all levels from youth to professional, we are committed to growing the game and fostering a sense of community within the roller hockey world. To find out more information, find tournaments near you, or to sign up for an upcoming tournament, go to www.usrollercup.com and be sure to follow USRC on Instagram at US Roller Cup. US Roller Cup. A revolution in roller.
So you said you're in Minnesota, right? So is that how you hooked up with Chavo? And because I saw you did some content with him.
No, so that's an even longer story. We're gonna be here for all day, guys. By the way, I'm from Montreal. My wife's from California. We met in college. She was our team athletic trainer. We lived together, got married, and then I've been in immigration ever since. So we've been doing the long distance for the last 3 years, but now that she's pregnant, I'm permanently staying in Minnesota to help take care of her and help through the pregnancy because she's high risk. So for the last 4 months, I've been in Minnesota, and I'll be here until we finally get an answer on my immigration. But that's been 3 years now.
Okay. Well,
I say let him in.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
We'll use all the pull we have.
Yeah. Oh, let me go on let's go on the guest book. Let's see if we have any pull here.
There's got to be a senator that's a roller guy, right? Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll find someone.
So you, I guess, through coming to Minnesota and then like you met Chavo, and now like every time I guess when you visit your wife, you kind of sometimes shoot when he's not playing in the SPHL. You shoot content with him.
Well, that's what we were doing, but now that I'm here full time, his facility is about a half hour from me. So he'll, if it fits with the schedule, I'll drive down. We'll skate for an hour or two. Usually we just skate to have fun and end up filming some stuff during that. But in the coming months, I plan on being there a couple times a week to make sure I get ready for Wish Cup because I want to absolutely dominate.
Well, because I think one of my favorite videos is the video with the 3 goalies, and he's just ripping bombs at the 3 goalies.
I don't know why John's in the SB. I can't comment the hockey side. He is one of the nastiest roller players I've ever seen. The things he does with the puck, his shot is just ridiculous. I leave there every time going, why am I a goalie? Why do I do this to myself?
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's and honestly, because I followed the pro scene for quite some time now. And so watching, especially him, and I understand because like I feel like he's gotten better and more shifty. So I do feel bad for you having to take his shots.
I mean, I don't know if I think it's an age thing because even myself, I became a better goalie now that I'm out of shape. I'll be honest with you, completely out of shape. I'm shape. So I think it's because we realize we can't do as much. We have to focus and do better. But it's just the way he sees the game. Like even we played in a couple pickup games here because in the summer there's a roller pickup league. And he's just skating through guys, not even going full speed, but it's like they're cones. And I don't understand it.
Yeah, and then it just, then you can only imagine as a goalie what he's going to do to you if he's doing it to everyone else.
It's nightmares. Pure nightmare feel.
Yeah. Now, I'm interested because, I checked out your Twitch channel, right? You have something like, I think it's like 15,000 followers or subscribers or something like that. Maybe 15,000 followers. And on there it says ex-pro goalie, right? So I'm kind of interested to see, where your career took you. And I know we're kind of getting away from the roller aspect of it, but we'll come back to it. But I'm always interested on where everyone's journey has taken them.
So to take you there, I got to bring you back to college. I broke every NCAA rule. I was suspended my first year. Not redshirt, suspended. Because I went major juniors before that. So I started playing sophomore as a freshman. Did all right. I think I'd like to say I had an above average season for the program I played for. But it wasn't as good as I should have. End of the year, the exit meeting wasn't great with my coach. And this isn't an excuse, but I let it affect me in the summer. I didn't go in confident the year after. First 3 games went well. After that, it's like I fell off a cliff. That's how bad it was. And then the first practice after Christmas break, I broke my knee. I did not tear any. I tore everything and broke it. My leg bent sideways on a ladder, on a T-push that I do 1,000 times a day. So this was junior year, but I was graduating as a junior. So I was going to go back to do my master's degree and have a good season to get recruited for the East Coast afterwards. But after that knee injury, the doctor looks at me and says, you cannot play hockey anymore. As a brilliant hockey player like everybody else, I turned around and said, yeah, okay, we'll see about that. Coach 2 weeks later cuts me from the program because he doesn't think I could play anymore. So they took my scholarship and cut me, but it's okay. I graduated. I got my bachelor's degree. It was a reasonable decision. And I had the choice. I met with my agent. I had the choice. Do I sign in the East Coast as a 3rd string and try to work my way up to getting some games because I was coming off that injury and I had a terrible season that year? Or do I go sign overseas? And overseas, I had Italy 3, Sweden 4, or Belgium, their top league. And Belgium paid the most, so I said, let me go there. Absolutely. But that ended up being COVID year. So after 10 exhibition games, we went home. And honestly, Belgium, not the strongest hockey league, the best teammates I've ever had in my life. The city's beautiful. The country's beautiful. Management was awful. And I got some stories for you guys later about that. So I was super pumped. And the year after I said, no brainer, I'm going to sign there again. Signed there again. First practice off the plane. Defenseman backs up into me, falls on the same knee I had surgery on, and it bent inwards or backwards.
Oh.
And my screws ripped through my kneecap.
Ow.
So,
Whoa.
but I didn't know this. So I played on it for 5 weeks until my knee became the size of my head. And finally the team goes, look, go see a doctor. Like you're barely walking into practice yet you're still playing our games. And we were 4-0 at this point in preseason. Go see the doctor and he goes, how are you still walking? Like your kneecap is in 8 pieces. So
Dang.
they put me in a brace. This is Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, I get to the rink. I'm going to go tell the coach what they said. He said 8 weeks and then I could play. Before I could even say what happened, he goes, yeah, look, we're sending you home. We have another guy already on his way. So I looked at the coach and I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean you're sending me home? We're 4-0 against teams that smack you guys usually. I'm playing well on one leg. You're not even going to give me a couple weeks. I said, like, I told him, I said, you can give me 8 weeks unpaid. Just hold my job for me. And they were like, no, we're sending you home. Which, like I said, management was awful. The team was great, so I felt bad leaving them. But they lost every game the rest of the season. Their new guy they brought in was a 6'8" goalie who was supposed to be the big show because he was drafted in AHL. Didn't do well for them. And I'll cite for that, but I had gotten gear from Bauer, and I had packed it in my bag, get to the airport, and the team owner was waiting for me. He goes, where are you going with the gear? I said, well, Bauer got me this gear. Like, you guys didn't pay for it. I know the rep. He got me the gear. And he turned around and he goes, no, it's our team gear now. And he goes, look, I can't let you get on the plane with the gear. I was like, you're not an official. Like, you're just the team owner. And I said, I have the receipts proving that the gear's mine. I own it and everything. And he looks at me, he goes, look, either leave the gear here or I have to call the police on you. So I left the gear there and I said, look, I'm going home. I'm done with this. But they didn't want to leave me. So yeah, they were holding my gear hostage.
Did you ever get the gear?
No, to be honest, it doesn't matter. I got home. I came and see my wife. But yeah, the management wasn't great. Like the owner of not the owner, the president of the team, her 2 kids were on the team. So it just kind of tells you how it was set up.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah. You know the stories you see in youth hockey, who's got deep pockets? It happens in pro in Europe too.
Well,
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, absolutely. But you talked about your one solid year at Mercyhurst University, right? And so I'm pulling up stats here. I'm a huge stats guy. As much as your record, as you said, the team kind of, you won the first 4 and your team's kind of wasn't that well afterwards. I have here you went 6-10-3. But with, so even with 10 losses and 3 overtime losses, you still had a save percentage of 0.905. The goals against average, 3.12. But the save percentage there, so that just tells me that you were getting a lot of shots.
Yeah, we had a great group of guys at Mercyhurst. I have nothing bad to say about the guys I played with. Really, really skilled hockey players. Just the systems we used didn't make sense. They had skilled players, some guys with some of the best hands I've seen that had to play dump and chase. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. We would do video when we're watching videos from 2004. The game has changed from 2004. Marty Brodeur isn't in net anymore. That style of play doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And those are the clips we're watching. So we had some really, really good hockey players and a good, strong core, but we couldn't play a system that made sense for our style. So we would get pummeled with shots, outshot 40-20. So that's why I say, like, I wasn't great. I didn't dominate NCAA. I wasn't at the level I should have been, but I wasn't as bad as it made it seem either.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, sure, you can, your stats are pretty solid for that year. And I mean, you didn't have many games after that, obviously, because your scholarship was pulled and you got hurt and whatever. But, like I said, you even looking back at QJHL stats, right? I don't have I don't have many stats to go off of because the site that the prospect site, but it gives me your save percentages, which is all around 90% save percentage. Give or
What
take.
do you know about that league?
Not much.
It's known as the Graveyard League in Junior A.
Okay.
So you see the year, I think I had a 903, I think, one season, something like that. Or a
You-
908 maybe.
You had a 908, yeah, in your last season.
I beat the league record with that, just to show you how bad it is defensively.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it just people aren't even trying on defense?
It's not that they're not, it's just an offensive league. I had a defenseman with 106 points, and the guy used to drink a 6-pack before every game. Like, this guy never lifted a weight in his life, and that's how it's an offensive league. Very, very skilled league. Players are amazing. Defensively, there's nothing there. We had the best defensive team in the league, and I averaged 38 shots a game. I remember this just because when I spoke to Mercyhurst, they started laughing, and they're like, "We're really recruiting a guy of 908." Then I said, "Just go watch the games. Just go watch game film." And the coach messaged me after, and he goes, "Where's your defense?" And I said, "Thank you. I don't know."
Still drinking the 6-pack on the bench.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, this
Bring
guy.
a second one.
We'd get off on the ice for practice, and he would see it was a couple flow drills. He'd sit on the bench with the beer and watch every guy do the flow drill. We'd do power play. He'd hop on the ice just for power play. Like, that's how we ran practice.
Oh, God.
What do you think the difference is between that league and then playing in the Wish Cup with Roller?
I think the Wish Cup roller had more defense. And I'm not even exaggerating. I can think I had more defense there, to be honest with you. Especially with John on the ice. Like, that guy didn't want to lose. He was back checking everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love that.
Absolutely. I mean, and I can't say, I mean, it's partially in my game, so it's not always in my game. So,
Dan, you hate losing. It's definitely in your game.
Yeah, I hate losing. You're right. But at the same time, depending on the scenario, I mean, if we're winning, it's less likely I'm going to back check.
Nobody likes losing, though. Nobody likes
true.
losing.
But do you hate it?
Yeah.
As a goalie, it has. So to tell you the truth, I dabble in goalie, right?
Oh boy.
And so I have put, and Justin will tell you, Justin will talk me up more than I talk myself up, because I hate talking myself up. And so
I'll do it.
I'll say, I said it when we talked to Champion, but I grew up watching Marty Brodeur. That's my childhood. And so older brother, I should say, I'm the younger brother. He needed a goalie. So let's stick the younger brother in net and we'll shoot the ball out in the street. So I learned by watching Marty Brodeur every other night or every couple nights during the week. And then I was like, well, I hate being scored on, so I better learn how to play goalie. And then from there, I just kind of play goalie from the time to time when we need a goalie. And yeah, I'll throw in instead of being square to the shooter, I'll throw in a nice little windmill, and just make it look fancy.
It's funny. You basically just summarized my childhood. I'm the younger brother. We're 7 years apart, so we got a big age gap. Brodeur is my idol. Grew up watching him every single day. I was 3 the first time I put on pads and like mini sticks, and my brother was just wailing on me. And all I could remember doing, or my mom has videos of, is just me trying to do windmills, and I missed the ball by like 10 miles.
Oh man, nothing's better than some mini sticks, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got a net right there. Wait,
I know you do.
Oh,
I wanted to bring up, you've been doing hitting the crossbar every day in January.
Yeah.
You're almost out. Are you going to continue past January?
I don't think so. I really thought that series was going to do a lot better. It didn't pick up well, and I was like, oh, okay. I thought it'd be fun. And I mean, the amount of holes I put in walls and in my house, my wife was not happy, so I had to stop doing that too.
That was my favorite. You're like, I put too many holes in the wall, so we're going with the mini sticks. I think thought that was funny as heck.
I think it's the first time I made a hockey purchase, and she was happy about it. She was like, this is the smartest decision of your life. I sauced the puck. It went over the net, and it shattered my house like shingles. I was like, are you kidding me? What am I supposed to do here? It was a saucer pass. What if I would have shot?
Well, it looks like it's pretty cold out there. Where were you shooting all that, in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, isn't it like negative 10 degrees every day?
Today it's in the 30s. There's no snow on the ground. I'm so sad. There's no ODRs left.
Oh,
There's
wow.
nothing.
Oh,
It didn't feel like winter.
30,
Well,
30 doesn't feel like winter. Oh man.
we haven't had ice here in like 10 years, so
Where are you guys?
Asheville, North Carolina. Like the western side
Yeah.
of North Carolina, like right next to the border of Tennessee.
How far are you from Charlotte? My sister-in-law's there.
About 2 hours, hour and 45.
Okay. My sister-in-law lives in Charlotte.
Okay. That's
nice.
cool.
You ever come to town, hit us up. We'll go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you like drinking beer, we're one of the beer capitals of the nation. So
what you're saying is lie to my wife saying I want to go see my nephews, but actually bring my skates to come skate with you guys.
sure.
If she's listening right now, I'm sorry. I'm in so much trouble. It's not even funny.
You're always
We'll edit
welcome,
that part
man.
out.
Oh,
Wink,
man.
wink.
Didn't you say we're live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll kind of go back to. I still want to talk about Wish Cup a little bit because you said that was your first introduction to roller hockey.
Yeah.
So, I mean, being your first introduction and now kind of being kind of fully immersed into roller goalie, what can you say are the big differences between ice and roller?
The movement first, because at first I didn't know I could T-push on rollerblades. I learned how. I do it decently well, I'd like to say. The fact that I can't shuffle like on the ice and just adjust myself, but I actually have to take a step, messes up on a shot because the minute you move that 6 inches, my movement is over. So I get stuck. And then the speed of the game, because yes, the up and down is fast, but even on a 2-on-0, if they don't have a shot, they're not going to shoot the puck. You guys will spin back and kind of make sure you have possession. So to me, that's really weird. And that's what messed me up as a goalie at first, because I was like, well, besides the offsides and the icings, I was like, this guy had a 2-on-0 and he didn't shoot. What's he doing?
Yeah.
And it took John looking at me like, no, they want to keep possession. The whole point is for us not to touch the puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, and I can. The whole side to side and goalie is very close to miserable.
Do you have sliders on your pads? Because that's a life changer.
Well, so I have 2 sets of pads. The one are old Reeboks, and so they have the old like belt clips on them.
Okay.
And so when I go down, and they fit me perfect, but when I go down, they kind of pull at my knees and hips.
Okay.
And so they make me hurt after wearing them for so long. And so now I have like Simmons pads that I got from one of my goalies on our team that I use. And they're just less straps and more Velcro based and everything like that. So they just feel better on my hips and knees.
Okay.
But on my old pads, I have the sliders, and I've used them, and they work great. And it's awesome to be able to just like hug the post and then just slide across the other post. But I'm so old school and roller that it just feels better for me to hop across than it does to slide.
Okay. I get that.
I also use player skates when I play goalie too. So
Oh, you're crazy.
I agree.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's also a difference for me. I've used goalie skates only when I needed to sub in for a beer league on ice for my brother's team, and they're like, "We need a goalie. You're playing." I was like, "Okay." So I had to go out and buy goalie ice skates because I tried using player skates and ice, but trying to pick your toe with a player skate is nearly impossible.
Yep.
So I would push across to go to the post, and then I would just slide past the post and not be able to stop.
Talk
Sounds
about
about right.
when they say they deke your pants off you, just you're gone.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And then when I got goalie skates, like, well, this is weird because I'm flat footed, but then I got used to it. And then when I went to go put like toe pick myself to stop, and I was like, holy crap, this works so much better. Yeah.
I don't know how you play roller on player skates though. That's mind-boggling for me.
I don't know. I don't. To me, I don't know. I don't see a difference. I mean, I'm used to the pitch forward for my high lows. I don't know.
Jeez. I was
Now
you
that
see, I
you've
was
been
gonna do that for Wish Cup because I have a set of player ones, but then I put them on with pads and I said, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna break my face. It's not happening.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always how I've skated goalie because I've never growing up. I never had the money to go buy roller goalie skates, so I was like, I have my roller skates. I'm gonna put these on, and that's how I learned how to play goalie. So,
Jeez, okay.
So
I
you
guess
do
it's-
have player skates though.
I do have a set. The ones I wore when I was 16 playing street hockey, I still have them. They're beat the living crap out of them. Like you can't even see the Bauer logo anymore.
Oh
And
man,
then I have a set of Mars blades that I have on them. And if the streets are nice, I'll go rip around the streets or I'll walk the dog with the blades on.
I love doing that.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah.
Because I'm too out of shape to run with the dog and keep the dog in shape. So that it's either blades or we're walking real slow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. I hate running, so
I've
yeah, I'll
never
skate all
passed the
day,
running
though.
test in my life.
oh yeah.
If you were to play player in a league, what division do you think you could play in?
Probably the lowest one possible. Because I have a decent shot. I like to say that I can shoot a puck. I skate funny because I always feel like I have pads on, so I skate super wide, which means I'm super slow. And if there's no defenseman, I have decent hands. Somebody's there, I don't know what to do, so I just kind of like get stuck and lose the puck. So I'd probably be in like Copper 12 or something like learn to play type of thing. That would be me.
Nice. Hey, he'd fit in well with our C League here.
That's what I was gonna
Just-
say. Bring him in.
Just set me up for the one timer. OV spot, I'll stay there all game. There's no
Deal.
offsides, we're good.
Yeah, he'd probably score all the time. Then
I
again,
know where
there
to shoot on a goalie, so that helps.
well, and that's the one thing I'm thankful for of having to be forced to play goalie is especially on roller, knowing the weaknesses, right? Because as you have to move from side to side in roller, if you don't have the gliders on, you're hopping.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you get them to start shifting over, most goalies open their 5-hole up so wide that you could just tuck it.
That
I
or
swear
what
you
I've
had
noticed.
like 20 last season.
You're that guy. You're that guy.
Oh yeah, it's come in top of the circle, cut across, use the defenseman, rip it, 5-hole.
You should try the fake shot and just pull it because once he's down, he can't move. You can't toe pick.
Oh, I mean that's if I'm in close, then yeah, then but I always it's the cheat code for me is 90% 5-hole.
Oh, I hate you already. I hate you already. I was gonna say just don't do that if you play versus me because I'm king of throwing the poke check into the legs. I have no shame in it.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to do
Don't blame
too.
you.
So yeah, absolutely.
To me, it's if I know you're gonna beat me, you're gonna pay for it. Whether it's sweat,
Yeah.
blood, or tears, one of the three is coming out.
I
Yeah.
respect it. I respect it. It's funny because when I played a summer league in roller when I lived back in New Jersey, and they were like, once again, we need a goalie. Can you do it? And I was like, I suppose. And at this point, I wasn't really playing goalie all the time. So I threw the pads on. And every time someone came in on a breakaway, it was dive, paddle out. So every time they came in on a breakaway or cut across the crease with the puck, I just dove, paddle out flat, and just took them out. And this is when I was like 13.
That works. You see, that's one thing I'm still trying to figure out. It's breakaways. Like the amount of time I spend with John, I can't follow you guys, so I have to bite on that first move or take your legs out.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I remember Wish Cup, for some reason they got a penalty shot versus me, and John looks at me and goes, "Make the save." I said, "How? What do you want me to do? Make the save?" I got lucky, he hit the post, but I was like, "What do you want me to do here?"
Yeah, it's because it's a terrible situation to be in. Absolutely. I mean, I have to agree with that.
I think it's the one point where being a sumo wrestler would help. You're just big.
Yep.
You just hold on to a separate set of shoulder pads of a chest protector, and you're like, hold on, I got equipment issues. And you take your chest protector off, and you put a bigger one on.
Oh, forget that. You get one of those Halloween fat suits.
Yep.
You know, like the inflatable ones? The puck will bounce right
You
off
could-
like a trampoline.
You could probably pull that off at Wish because they were letting people do crazy stuff.
I mean, you got to figure the refs at Wish weren't even wearing shin guards.
Dude, that blew my mind.
So
That is the ballsiest stuff I've ever heard.
like going in-
Actually, so there's a ref in Montreal. So Montreal has one roller league. It's got like 4 teams. They just play amongst each other. The ref is on foot. Okay. He's not on blades. This guy's sprinting up and down the rink. It is hilarious to see. By the end of the game, he looks like he has a heart attack. He's gasping for air. And the guys will do it purposely to like throw it down the ice. So he's got to go down there.
oh god.
Oh, yeah. Is
He's
he
gotta
wearing
be more-
slacks like a basketball ref?
Yep, no shin guards.
Yep.
He's got a whistle. He's not even wearing a helmet or anything. Like, this guy's just open season.
God.
Ballsy.
He
Asking
just
for
has
a
to
beating.
post up at at midline and then just take like from go to blue line to blue line and make the call from there.
Just put a camera and watch it on your phone.
Yeah.
Get a GoPro on each side and be like, goal, it's in.
Yeah. I
So-
wanted to do that a few times.
So you do a little bit of social media videos and kind of like what got you to that point that you wanted to do something like that?
First, I've always enjoyed being in front of a camera. School projects or anything, I've always liked filming the project rather than presenting in front of the class. I don't know why. I wasn't nervous in front of camera. I can talk. Like, all my videos aren't scripted. I just turn it on and let's start filming. Usually I'm able to do the 1 or 2 takes. But when I had my bad knee surgery, I realized I was like, okay, well, hockey's probably done for me. I'm not going to make it a career anymore. And I was trying to stay involved in the game. And as much as I liked coaching, it doesn't pay a full-time salary in Montreal. You can barely pay your gas for the year with that. So I started coaching, and then at the same time, I was like, it's not enough. I want to stay involved in the game more. So I started making content around hockey, thinking, you know what? I can share my love for hockey because it's all I've ever wanted to do. It's the thing I love the most. Hope you didn't hear that. And it just kind of fell that way. It's always just been a hobby. Like, I like making hockey videos. I like posting it. One of the things I love to do is go read the comments, especially when I post something like, oh, if this is you, tag your buddy. And I see people like attacking their friends. I find it hilarious.
Oh, it's absolutely
Agreed.
hilarious. Yeah.
So for me, it was just that. And then it led into me trying to stay involved in the game more, now into roller hockey. I'm hoping it'll get me into bigger events so that I can get involved with that too. But I've made some great connections with it. Like, I met the On the Bench guys. We talk all the time. They're great guys. Chiavo, Colby, Elevate. Swaggy's a great guy. Kane Van Gate is one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met. Nick, the goalie. I haven't met him in person yet, but we've Zoom called quite a few times. He's hilarious. So it's opened doors for me that I get to meet some incredible people. And part of it is I love hearing these stories. I love connecting with other people that love hockey. So it's just a way to do that.
I lost my train of thought.
I'm throwing a lot at you.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was going with it and I was following it, and then I was just like, I have something, and then you went through all the names, and I was like, damn, that's a list. And then I just forgot my train of thought.
I've got one for you. Recently, you posted on your Instagram, what's your favorite hockey memory?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if you taking those pucks was your favorite hockey memory, but I figured you could tell me yours now.
My favorite hockey memory of all time, it'll be 2016 World Junior A's. So that whole story is I wasn't supposed to make that team. We basically, the way it works is it's World Junior A's, so it's the guys that aren't signed pro or played any pro games. It's all amateurs that are going to college. So Team Canada makes a West and an East. Each of them are comprised of 5 junior leagues. Now, I'm having a great season. It's my last year of junior hockey. We go to the All-Star game, do super well. I get MVP of the All-Star tournament. From there, I got invited to Team Canada tryout. So I was like, oh, okay, this is great. I got there and I couldn't stop a beach ball. We're talking like half a game, 6-7 goals against per game. Miserable. So I'm fully expecting to get cut. And at the time, the goalie that was doing the best, I was 19, was a 16-year-old Hunter Jones, who's part of the Wild organization. He's also 6'4". Guy's huge. I'm 5'11". I'm a tiny little guy next to him. So I'm expecting to get cut. We come down the last day, and if you didn't get a call by 6 a.m., walk down to the lobby, you made the team. So that's a stressful night, right? You're not sleeping. Didn't get a call, walk down to the lobby. All the jerseys are hanging with our names on the back. That's how we found out.
Oh, that's
So cool moment. I'm supposed to be backup. You know what? I'm proud to wear the jersey. I don't care. Get to the tournament. We get an exhibition game versus Russia. Jonesy does not do well. 3 goals on 10 shots, something like that. They put me in and I stood on my head. I somehow got the starting job from that one game. Played every game and then get to the semifinals. And this one I'll never forget. It's a 0-0 game all game. We scored with 5 minutes left in the game to make it 1-0. And going into the tournament, we're ranked last in the tournament. We're not supposed to do well. The West is the better team. So 1-0, a minute left. I let in a crap goal, a really bad goal. So I'm nervous and I'm not an overtime goalie whatsoever. I have a terrible track record in overtime. Guys coming down. We're playing Czech Republic. Comes down in overtime, and I know the guy because he plays major juniors in Quebec. Takes a slap shot. I made an easy chest save, and I'm not a risky goalie. I'd never drop it to the defenseman. I see my defenseman wheeling, so I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. Dropped it to him. Makes a pass to my buddy Terry on the boards. He goes down the boards and off the post and in. For 10 seconds, I blacked out, and all I remember is being in the far corner on and a dog pile. Just everybody's going nuts. That's a moment I'll never forget because West got eliminated. They didn't even medal, and we were going to the finals to play USA. Like we had upset everybody, done super well. And then I remember celebrating in the locker room with the guys after. And there's some guys that we still talk these days. We never played together after that, and we're still close because of that 1 week of tournament. So that whole thing was crazy, but I'll never forget that 30 seconds where did something I never did, goes down the ice, and the guy scores. It was just an ugly goal from the side of the boards, off the far post and in. Should never have gone in. And it was just kind of like written in stone that we were going to go to the finals. And then we got smacked by the States, but that's a different story.
So you said that you have the one goalie that's supposed to start that is in a farm system, right? Is there anyone else that from that team that you remember that is now kind of like either in the NHL or in a AHL, SP, EC?
From that team, Jonesy's in the East Coast now. Quinn Wickers, who's my roommate at Mercyhurst, is playing in the East Coast. He was in the AHL for Tucson last year. Trying to see. Bryce Misley played in the AHL a little bit. Now he's playing in Italy. Owen plays U Sports. I think those are the only three guys that are still playing high level. We had another guy, Charles, I can't remember his last name now. He played in Magnus in France for a couple of years, did super well. And a few others went to Europe too, just because the pay was better than the East Coast.
Yeah.
But all those guys played college hockey except two.
Okay. Now, I can't help but look at the jerseys behind you. So I'm assuming the second one is your Team Canada.
Yeah.
Then the third one is Mercyhurst. And is the fourth one, is that
Belgium?
Belgium? Okay.
Yeah, that's the team I played for.
What's the first one?
That's my junior team.
Okay.
I played there for 3 years, the Graveyard League. I would have played elsewhere. My parents just didn't want me leaving the province. They liked that I lived at home. So I didn't get a chance to play in other leagues. I still bring it up to them. They don't like it, but I don't regret it. I played on the best team in the league. In 3 years, we won 2 championships. The third year, we would have won, but I blew it in the finals. So that's on me.
We depending on the score, you could always blame your defense. So
best of 7 series, you can't blame the D. That's on the goalie.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's coming from a Tendy, so
yeah,
all the attendees take that.
I'm a very, very I'll just take the blame Tendy. I don't like to blame my teammates whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, it's not your job to stop it, it's mine. Like even at Wish Cup, I let in a goal at one point and everyone was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, guys, I'm sorry I let in a goal. They were like, stop. Like just it wasn't your fault.
Now, I mean, in roller hockey, if you get 6 2-on-1s,
it's still on me.
If you take the shoot, all right. So if you take the shooter and they score, yes, that's on you. But if every pass is backdoor and your defenders and the guy that's supposed to take pass does not take pass or fails to deflect the pass, that's not on you.
I still think it's my job to stop it.
You're insane.
I love it.
At least 5 out of 6. I'll give you 1. The other 5 I got to get.
That's an awesome attitude.
I mean, yeah, I love it. But as playing goalie, and what I tell my goalies in our league is, you take shooter, tell your defense to take the pass, and they're like, "Well, how do I get over?" And I'm like, "It's not your problem."
Yeah, but you can read it though. Like you're able to tell if it's a lefty coming down the right side. The minute he opens his blade, I know he's not shooting, so it's no longer a dangerous pass because I should be able to predict that and beat it.
Sure. I mean, we're talking lower goalies, right? And, the flexibility as well is probably not there. Some older guys. And so, I just kind of try and keep it simple for them because it's, you got shooter, you tell your defenseman take the pass. if he does pass, you try your best to get over, but at the same time, your defenseman should have your back.
Yeah, and as a goalie, like again, you said the lower levels, but the first thing that comes to mind is when you guys are hitting the one-timer, you're not aiming your one-timer, so half the time it's going to the middle of the net. If you can get to the middle, you'll make more than half of the saves.
Well, Chavo's going bar down.
That's John, and maybe PJ. PJ's got another one, but like most of the guys, they're aiming middle net. So like, yes, these are things I learned over time, but it's something you could pick up on after 10 shots in the game and realize, like, okay, these guys can't aim. They're just shooting and hoping it hits the net.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that at all.
Like you've seen your fair share of guys that come down and you think they're nasty because they have the highest end gear. The guy takes a shot and he misses the net by a mile, and you're just like, what are you doing here? This isn't soccer.
That's my
it's a
favorite.
hockey net.
That's your
Yeah.
favorite.
And you see,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I'm the guy that's gonna take all the blame, but I'm guaranteed gonna chirp the hell out of you all game long. If you miss the net
yeah.
by 10 feet, you're hearing me the rest of the game. Like,
Okay.
I remember doing this in our summer league here, where the guy was coming down and I moved out of the net and I said, "You still won't hit the net." Like, and you see, he shot, and all I had to do was stick on my glove, and I gloved it. I was like, "Dude, I gave you the whole net. You could have slid the puck in." So
Wow.
I'm that guy. That I get a little too mean, I'll say.
I like that though. I
Well,
think that's
dude-
a huge benefit for goalies.
Do it in the All-Star game. You gotta tell Colby Nasher can't be on your team, and I want you mic'd up for the All-Star game, and I want you chirping the hell out of him.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Absolutely. See, at USRC, I'm trying to just get on a pro roster just so I can skate around in warm-ups and chirp the other teams, and then also chirp the goalies for the team I'm skating on. And I want to be
Are
mic'd up.
Are you not on a pro roster yet?
So no, I'm not on a pro roster. With some of the teams that are going, I don't belong on a pro roster. I would
Okay.
have a lot of fun being on a pro roster, but I know my skill. I could be in the right positions, but those, you look at PJ, right? PJ can bend his ankles certain ways and cut back and put on the brakes, right? That I know my body. It can't do that. When we play against like 16 to 18-year-olds that want to play in adults for tournaments, we play against them. Those kids are rubber bands.
Yeah.
So, these kids cut and stop, and then like their ankles are going one way, their body's going the other. And I just go, I'll just stay in the middle of the rink. So
That's me as a goalie every day. That's me as a goalie every day. If you want to run through the list, I should not be wearing pads. You guys would be shocked.
well, I mean, you talked injuries. So, I mean, you said you have a long list of injuries.
I've had 3 knee surgeries. I need a 4th. The 4th one is a full replacement where it's a full metal knee and I walk with a cane the rest of my life. So I'm not doing it. I need double hip replacement. I need shoulder replacement. I've broken 9 fingers. I've broken 3 ribs, fractured 3 others. I've had 4 major concussions and I tore my groin.
Damn.
So what I mean, what's wrong?
What isn't wrong? That's a better question. Like
Your
there's
toe- your feet are fine.
Well, I mean, the knee pain pushes down, and there's some days where, like, I'm lucky my wife studied AT and physiotherapy. I can't get out of bed, and she's like literally like bending me a certain way to get out of bed. On a rainy day, I feel my screws. The moisture, the humidity, it's terrible.
I mean, I kind of want to go back to, so you said I could chirp you, and this is my only chirp on you.
Do it.
You're not supposed to date the workers.
In my defense, she slid into my DMs.
Oh, okay. There you go.
In my
All right.
defense, I put on once the she slid in, I put on the moves. Don't get me wrong. I pulled out all the stops to win her over, but she started that. And to make it even better, when she slid in, I was playing Chell. Like it's full on. Like I was playing Chell with my neighbor, and in college, and she slid in. She goes, "Oh, nice to meet you," and that, and she's like, "Oh, I work with your team," and it clued in. I was like, "Oh, that's who you are." Oops. And then I pulled out on the stops. In the middle, she was going to a formal party. I put on my nicest suit, walked across campus in the rain, like full on movie style.
Nice.
I won her over that night.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
No
And
wonder
then
why.
after-
No wonder why they pulled your scholarship.
Well, it makes
Was
sense
she
why
also
the
related to the family?
no. Let's just say that after the team found out, the head athletic trainer didn't like me very much anymore. But I also think she was trying to get with the rest of our team. So not my wife, but the head athletic trainer.
Jealous.
Yeah, probably.
She won over the star, soon to be influencer, better than Nasher, better than Nick the goalie.
What's going on here? You just threw the two
We're
goats
saying
at
it.
me like if I'm nothing. What is going on? No. They put me to shame. Broken legs, broken arms. I'm a nobody.
She knows your potential. That's why she went after you.
Yeah, you mean the wheelchair? That's already coming.
Hey, you'd be the first wheelchair goalie on social media.
Actually,
That I know
seen
of.
have you
That
seen
I
the
know of,
clip
yeah.
of the beer league guy that plays on a chair?
On
Yes.
the chair. Yep.
Yes.
I want to do that so badly. Like at Wish
should
Cup, I
try.
want to put wheels on it and just let's go. Bring my work chair and just go.
Yeah, get an office chair. Yeah.
It'd be hilarious.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Bring back old school goaltending, just standing up, stacking the pads.
The wheel breaks and you go into a pad stack.
Then you got the life alert button. Help, I've fallen, I can't get up.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, you got your D picking you back up.
You mean two? I'm not as light as I used to be.
There you go.
Yeah, remember he said he's a shape.
Yeah.
I
bad.
want to ask you this because you said you have the screws in your knee. If you could have a bionic leg from the knee down, would you do it?
Does it hinder me playing sports?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, well, I know it's coming. It's like, is he able to play sports, or can he still play hockey?
Then yeah. Just because the pain I deal with is bad. Like there's certain days where I can't bend my leg. Or we went to a Wild game a couple weeks ago and I couldn't sit the whole game because my knee got stuck and I was in tears trying to unlock it. And like I said, on a humid day, I could feel my screws turning. So
brutal.
Yeah, definitely. If I could cut it off and get a bionic one, I would.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I haven't done the full replacement, because I'm going to be with a walker the rest of my life and I want to put on skates.
It's reasonable.
Really? That's what they tell you? If you do replacement, no more?
No, because I'll never have any actual muscle or strength or anything, because it's a full metal kneecap and surroundings. So the ligaments can't hold on to anything to actually be strong or develop.
Wow.
So technically your leg would just be hanging?
No, I'd be able to walk, but I wouldn't be able to like run and put that kind of pressure or stress on it.
Gotcha.
I could maybe free skate like once every couple of months type of thing with those learn to skate bars.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Well, then then you take, so you've seen the net that goes between a goalie's legs, right? So you take that, you take your pad, you put your pads on, you take your walker out there, and you put the netting on the walker, and then you just shift the walker around.
Turn it into a lacrosse goalie, just using that to make the save.
Yeah, I mean, it just, you just go, hey, this is my hockey stick.
Hey, if you find a ref that has a problem with it, discrimination.
Yeah. You go, hey, I got people I can call. You're discriminating against me. I'm handicapped.
No, I've had like 4 consults with different doctors, and they all said the minute you do that, it's over. I was like, I'm not doing that. It's okay.
Oh, you said you're how old?
26.
I feel old, but not to that extent.
I'm 26, but I feel 80.
It seems like it.
But it's not even that goalie's rough. I put myself in some dumb situations. I'm the goalie that doesn't protect himself. So I ripped off my rib protection because I moved better. So when I broke the ribs, that's on me.
Man.
The one of the concussions, I lost my helmet mid shift, and the ref didn't whistle because he didn't see it. And I dove head first to make the save anyways. Took it in the face. Obvious concussion.
Was it a clapper or a wrister?
Clapper. One-timer.
God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Straight to the dome. I was out.
I just watched the movie Goon. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, basically
when he does that.
Yeah, basically.
Brutal.
But then, like, I went to freeze a puck without my glove. I got stepped on, snapped 4 fingers.
Oh,
I got lucky, didn't get cut off, so it's a win. But like, I didn't protect myself. I wasn't the smartest guy. The only things that I couldn't do were my knees. I was born, my mom had a deficiency in her knees, and I got that too, and I made it worse playing a goalie. But the rest is me. The shoulders from training. I went to do a power clean, and my shoulder popped out. And instead of taking 2 months to heal, I put it back into place and kept going.
Not a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, you guys want a funny story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first time my knee started dislocating, that's the first problem I had, was my knee would dislocate. I was 14 going into my first year midgets. It happened in the Bantam. Didn't tell the coaches at midget trials because I didn't want to get cut because of my injury. So made the team. That day is our first team game. I start the game playing really, really well. My knee dislocates. And I'm at the point now where I don't feel it anymore. Like, it doesn't hurt me. I just have to put it back into place and I can keep going. So freeze the puck. My knees popped out. The ref looks at me. You okay? I said, yeah, give me a minute. I unstrap my pad and he's staying next to me to make sure everything's okay. My knee is, so you see my leg and then there's my knee on the side. Full on, like you could see it. And I just slapped it and it went back into place. The ref pukes next to me. I strap my pad back on and get up and he goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm good to go. And he starts puking again. And I started dying. Our team physio comes up to me, he's swearing, what are you doing? And the team physio is the goalie coach. So the goalie coach, it's the goalie coach's wife. So the goalie coach runs off, you mother. Both of them swearing. I'm laughing. The ref's puking. It was the funniest first season game I've ever had.
Heck yeah.
Did you play?
Oh, I finished the game. We won.
Okay. And anything come of that?
So the rest of the season, they took care of me. They just kind of like, okay, you're not going to play back-to-back games to make sure it's okay. But at Christmas time, I'd done well, so I moved up to a higher level team, and they forced me to have surgery. So it got taken care of afterwards. But that whole season, I was on the radar for dumbass of the team in a way.
But funniest story.
Yeah. I mean, you come on, getting a ref to puke on the side of the net and then finishing the game is just great.
Dude, my stomach wouldn't handle that well either.
I just slapped it, like just boom, and it went right back into place.
So I know guys that mess with their knees like that, and that's crazy.
So, what team is the Royals or the Royal that you played for?
Rousseau Royale, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
that's the Midge AAA. So that's the team I got called up mid-season. That's basically U18 AAA. It's the highest you can play in Quebec before playing major juniors in the QMJHL.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the team where I went up mid-season. I sat the bench for 42 games straight, so it wasn't my best idea to go up. And then they forced me to have knee surgery.
Dang. It was that second, had an excuse.
They kind of used it for that, but my second year did really, really well with them.
Your second season here, you posted a .910 save percentage, 2.59 goals against average, 25 games played. So I mean, yeah, it seemed like you bounced back from after surgery, so that's good.
Yeah, I was healthy, I was good to go, and that allowed me to get drafted in QMJHL by Shawinigan.
I wanted to ask a question about being on the bench as a goalie, being in a backup goalie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really hard to kind of stay focused, especially if all of a sudden they're like, all right, you're going in now?
Technically, no, because you should be watching the game, talking to the guys about the game, like staying involved. For me, it was. Because I didn't help myself again. I'd have a bag of Skittles in my glove. I'd have a bag of M&Ms. I'd have chips.
Love it.
I used to unstrap my pads and my chest protector the minute I got on the bench, so everything was like easy to remove afterwards. And it was funny because in juniors, nobody picked up on it until juniors, and in juniors, our equipment manager picked up, and he used to bring me the candies now. So he was helping my and there's a couple times where I had to go in, and I looked at him, and he goes, "Throw me the stuff." So I'd be throwing a bag of Skittles at him, and our coach would look at me like, "What are you doing?" Trying to strap my gear back on. I can't tell you how many times I had to do suicides and I paid team fines for doing that, but it was fun.
I love it.
I do love me some candy.
Nothing you can't go wrong with a bag of Skittles or M&Ms.
Yep.
You're talking my lingo here. That's my in between. Yeah, that's my in between game for roller hockey tournaments. That's my snack.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're crazy. No, I couldn't do that if I was playing. I would puke.
Oh no, that's my energy.
I have to play on an empty stomach.
Oh, no,
empty stomach.
That's
I'm the
that's
same
a
way.
that's a morning after drinking. So that like if I drank the night before and I had a game in the morning, then I don't eat until afterwards. But yeah, no, that I gotta eat. I can't eat heavy, obviously, but Starburst, Skittles, popping them, just eating them between games. Nice Gatorade.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord.
He's dead
Yeah.
serious.
Oh, I'm
Oh my lord.
100% serious. That is my in between game meals.
How do you do that?
I don't know. It gives me
Oh my
energy.
God.
He's a
It gives me-
hummingbird.
I would have such a cramp on the in the next game. I was about to say the ice, but it's not ice, and just be like, oh, stop the game. I want to go home. Like I'm done.
So that's the one thing I don't have issues with because I drink about half a gallon to a gallon of water a day. So
I have like
And you
a piece
stretch
of
a
bread
lot.
in between
and
games.
I'm always stretching too. So
Lucky you. I should definitely do that because I can't touch my toes, but I could do the split.
hey, the only reason the only reason why I'm able to do a split is because of goalie,
Yeah, same here, but I
And
can't
it-
touch my toes.
and that's my go-to dance move on the dance floor at weddings.
I hope you got good suits. I hope they're flexible.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, actually, at my brother's wedding, I did rip my pants there.
Actually, at my wedding, my best man tried to do the split, and he didn't just like rip his pants. They just opened, like Grand Canyon opened. It was hilarious. The issue is I paid for his suit, so that wasn't very fun.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain that to the rental company. He got drunk, pulled the splits, and he can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I sent mine back to the rental company, so whatever happened to it. So yeah,
I just like Justin's reaction when I said I can't touch my toes. What?
It's amazing.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
so yeah, so my daily routine is I'm a teacher, so right, so I teach during the day, and I'll be sitting there and I'll help a kid, and I'll just throw my leg up on the table, and I'll just start like leaning into my knee and stretching out my hamstring or my groin, and kids are just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "You gotta stay limber."
You see, I should take your advice there because my day job is I'm a project manager at a software company, and I own a hockey agency. So I'm sitting behind a desk about 18 hours a day. I don't move from this chair unless I have to go to the bathroom or I have to eat, which explains why I'm a shape now. But flexibility is gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Like I can't even play a men's league game and finish the game. My hips are already killing me.
Yeah,
Dang.
man, you gotta stay limber, man.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out. Definitely gotta figure it out.
Well, and so my love for candy, and we talked about this, Justin, came from when I played a full check roller hockey league between the ages of 6 and 9.
Okay.
And so, and it was outside in the winter in New Jersey. So you had days where it was negative degrees. And if you scored a goal, the coach had gummy bears in his pockets, like bags of them. And so here's a handful. All right, cool. I'm going to eat my gummy bears while I'm waiting for my next shift. And then it was like, oh, you scored 3 goals this game. Here's an entire bag. Okay, sweet. I get a whole bag to myself.
Didn't your parents teach you not to take candy from strangers?
Well, he was my coach. He wasn't a stranger.
He's pulling gummy bears out of his pocket. You got to ask questions about that. Like, what is he gonna? He's gonna go white van. That's how we drive to games. Like, what's going on here?
Well, and then I hit up the hot dog truck out in the outside and got 2 to 3 hot dogs after every game.
Oh, that's a must. That's a
Yeah.
must. I did that
Yeah.
too.
So,
Couple of hot dogs and a freezy.
so yeah, no, he would just throw I was always one of the top scorers as well. So I always ended up with at least a bag or 2 of gummy bears after every game. So it worked out.
So you had a lot of Halloweens then, just the amount of candy you had.
Yeah. And I'm lucky I have limited cavities, so it's great.
Your parents are looking at you like, here's a broomstick. Stop scoring.
Yeah. Well, it was either I was in the box or I was scoring goals. So that was my 2 options.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Well, so in one of my years playing, I had a girl on my team. And so it was full check. So, got like all the guys would like try and crush her in the corner.
Mhm.
Well, they would clean her. I would clean them. It didn't matter if you had the puck or not. So you got to protect your teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you on that. That's how I got into my only ever goalie fight.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah.
I didn't fight a goalie. I fought a 6'3" defenseman.
Nice.
Yeah, no. So our teammate goes in the corner, gets crushed by the back. Everybody starts fighting. I advance maybe 2 feet thinking, okay, the goalie's not going to move. That, I'm not going to swear, that guy decides to go jump into the file and grab one of our forwards. So now I'm going, okay, I have to go down there and try to grab him. They're full on fighting when I get down there, so I can't grab him. The only guy that's left is a 6'3" defenseman who the year before played major juniors and went to show camp. His profile picture on Instagram is him pinning McDavid on the boards, just to show you like the kid was good. He's also 230 pounds. We drop the gloves. He grabs me. He starts laughing. He goes, "I'm so sorry. I'll give you the first punch and then we'll fight." I swung once, took 4 to the face and dropped. He felt so bad. He picked me up and he goes, "I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that to you." Like, he was such a good guy about it. And I don't think he punched his hardest, but the fact that he gave me a free punch, I was like, oh, okay. Like, you just feel bad for me. Okay, I'll take it. Here's a free beating.
Should have left the blocker on.
I thought about it. I thought about
No.
just old with the stick, you know, like in the Chiefs movie, they'll just fighting like that.
Yep.
I was gonna do that.
See,
He was wearing a visor. I'll keep my cage on.
Justin, you mentioned the blocker. I feel bad when I wear the blocker of hitting people with it.
I don't.
Oh yeah.
It's a weapon. It is a weapon, and you know it.
If you get to the point where I need to use my blocker, you deserve what's coming.
Sure. Okay. Now, I've taken in my younger days and probably when I was in college, I started playing men's roller leagues and ruthless leagues too. Like, guys did not care if you were to wake up the next day. And so I can't remember the whole situation, but the goalie got pissed at me. And at that time I was wearing a visor, and I come around the net and he just cocks back and cracks me in the visor, splits my visor in half and cuts it cuts me. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh boy.
And, yeah. So I don't remember what I more than likely have, like, he was probably chirping. I was probably chirping back. I have, when goalies run their mouth and it's unnecessary, I tend to, play through the whistle. But
it's always necessary. It's always necessary. If you take a muffin and I freeze it, you can guarantee that I'm going to come to your bench with the muffin and hand it to you. Like,
So-
I full on sometimes have muffin in my bags, and I've done this to people where I go grab a muffin at the whistle and I bring it to their bench.
Please. Oh my god.
You have to do this in the Wish Cup All-Star game.
I think I will.
And
Honestly, I
then-
want to. I just don't know how far I can take it because it's a Make-A-Wish event, right? I don't want to be the bad guy.
Oh, there's always got to be
Someone's
a
got to be
villain.
the heel.
Yeah.
Why me?
Why
I don't have a
not?
big enough
you're
name
good
that I
at
can
it.
go ruin it.
Listen, was it Chavo ran one of the guys the last one, right?
Oh yeah, he ran Jacob, but that was
Yeah.
planned. It was all
Oh,
scripted.
I know it was planned, but who says it doesn't have to be scripted?
On that note, actually, Jacob turned around and said, "You hit like a girl." He's like, "I wanted you to kill me."
That's
If
awesome.
you know the beating that guy takes for fun, like,
Oh,
it makes no sense.
Those guys destroy each other. I don't understand.
He took a puck to the face the other day in men's league. He sent me a picture and he goes, "This one's a good one." And he's like, just blood everywhere. I was like, "Did it hurt?" He goes, "No, it kind of felt good." I was like, "You're messed up. It's
A
over."
little masochistic.
Like, it's crazy.
Gosh.
Can only
Yeah.
imagine the other type of stuff he gets into.
And in my head, I'm like, you work as a mechanic every day, so the amount of like pain you must go through with cars hitting you, or you go to open the lid, it falls on your finger, or something. Like, or he'll tell me, like, he sends me a video the other day. The idea was goalie content. He goes, "How bad does it hurt to take a puck to the nuts?" And I'm like, "You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Like, that's not." He goes,
Even with the cup on.
Well, he was like, "I'm thinking about playing goalie without a cup for a video." I was like, "Don't do it. Do not do
Hell
it."
no.
Taking
I
a
wouldn't let
puck to the
anyone
cup.
play without it.
Taking a puck to the cup as a goalie and or to the knee, because if you don't, I don't know. Do you use I don't forget what they're called, the flaps?
Knee guards?
Yeah,
Well, the flaps don't exist anymore. You have to have a separate knee guard.
gotcha.
I hate this. I hate the fact that I had to say that. That makes me feel super old saying they don't exist.
Well, my first pads have it. My second pads do not.
Yeah, they're not allowed anymore. They're called cheaters. So you have to wear knee guards. But like you don't wear knee guards without the flap?
I just actually ordered my first knee guards.
Okay, you're insane. Like you're insane. You should be wearing that at all times. You don't have to
So-
have the big bulky ones, but like duct tape a piece of foam to your knee or something.
So I have taken a puck to the knee, and yes, it does hurt.
Oh,
So between that and taking a puck to the cup playing goalie, no, I don't recommend not wearing a cup while playing goalie and doing content just like it hitting the balls.
No.
I've done that too. Okay, and I've played 2 games without a cup because I refused to lose my game. I played with my glove hand in front of my nuts. I was okay. I made it through the game, but never again. No. As a kid, it's okay. We think we're immune to everything and we're invincible. As an adult, I have better things to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That and testicular contortion, or whatever it's called, does not sound fun.
No, not
But
whatsoever.
you did say your girl's pregnant, though, right?
Yes.
So, I mean,
We're good. They
if you
work.
ever need birth control.
Oh, no. I think a vasectomy might hurt less on that one.
I agree.
Well, we gotta leave it. Well, we probably need to have your wife decide on that one: vasectomy or puck to the balls.
Don't let her choose, please.
Well, she's
I've
gonna
been
bring.
bad.
She's gonna bring up the house, and you destroyed the house. So right now, if
Mhm.
we ask her, she's probably gonna say puck to the balls.
I know, and that's why I closed the door. She can't walk in here right now. She's in the other room. She's probably listening. I'm in trouble.
Well, that means we're gonna have to send her the podcast link, and then
Oh, jeez.
and we'll say, hey, go to this timestamp and make a decision,
Make,
and then
put,
and then record it and make him put it on his social media.
put a poll on it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Puck to the nuts, yes or no?
You don't want those answers because they're gonna
I
be
really
yes.
don't. I really don't.
And then you can put name your friend.
Oh, I posted a TikTok. I'll never forget it. This is probably like a year ago, and it was me being dumb. And I played goalie without gear on, so I took one to the chest, and I had a massive bruise. And they're like, "Oh, too bad it wasn't your forehead." I was like, "Wow, what did I do to you?"
Yeah.
And all the comments were like, "Yeah, take it to the face." And I was like, "What the hell?"
Actually,
Yeah.
funny story. Well, funny now, but did the same thing when I was not 10, maybe. And my brother and his friends were playing out in the street. And I was like, picked up goalie stick, glove, and blocker, and was like, shoot it, shoot it. And this was the time where Mighty Ducks, the movies, were huge.
Mhm.
Right. And so I'm in net, and my buddy's friend goes, all right, fuck him. And knuckle pucks it, stands it up, takes a clapper, hits me in the face. I had to get surgery to get my forefront of my teeth out. Yeah.
School pictures were fun that year.
Yeah. I don't think my mom kept them.
On that note, speaking of Mighty Ducks, the Goldberg drill where they tie him to the net,
Yeah.
I
I
do
love
that to
that.
all my youth goalies. All the
Fantastic.
youth goalies I coach, I do it to them to make sure they're not scared of the puck.
It's not a terrible
Yeah.
idea.
It's so fun, and mom and dad love it. They get on the ice on their shoes and they shoot at them too. It's kind of revenge for them.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Sounds like you're a good coach.
I don't know if after saying that one. The parents love it, but I don't know if the kid does.
How many teams are you coaching?
Since I'm in Minnesota now, I just started coaching, so I'm coaching USP Premier team, junior team.
Okay.
But I
Very cool.
do plan on trying to get involved a lot more. So the reason we moved to Minnesota, because she's from California, which is roller hockey central, is because I needed hockey. And originally I had gotten a job here as a goalie coach full time. But that was 3 years ago when I thought I could live here and start working right away when we got married. So I don't have that job now, but I am trying to get back involved with them and coach as much youth hockey as possible because I love it.
Okay. That's awesome.
But yeah, now that I'm into roller hockey, I'm like, maybe we should have moved to California till I look at the price of houses and living.
Yeah. No, you're like, oh, the price of a house in Minnesota is as much as a tank of gas in California.
Yeah. I looked at her, I said, our shoebox looks real good to live in right now.
Well, Justin will tell you he's a realtor.
Yeah. It's insane right now.
So it's great for you.
I
I mean,
have
interest
this
rates are
like
high.
guilt.
Do you though?
No, I mean, I do, I swear.
But it's
I
not
try
your
my
fault.
best to get people to not spend money.
You want to see this house? Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Aren't you trying to sell it?
Sometimes.
I'm not trying to sell it. Save your money.
Yeah,
Well, he's trying to
sometimes
do the. Well, when you tell us people no, they go to yes.
that's not
I
what
feel
I'm
like it's a
trying-
sales tactic, like this isn't for you. You don't want it. Yes, we do. Sign right now. Sign here.
You see my
25%.
sales. Yeah. You see my
25% commission.
salesmanship. It's hey man, do you want to be on this podcast? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Here are some dates. Just pick
Yeah.
one.
And then I
Oh.
pick one, and he goes, "You can't go to that one. Okay, you have to go to this one." But I wanted
That
that
actually did
one.
happen.
Yeah, it did. That actually happened to a couple people. So we booked out
We're booking
to
up.
we're up through into April.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
good news, though.
And so absolutely. And so like we've had people that just kind of got pushed down in the DMs, and like we kind of forgot about them a little bit because we were like so gung ho in scheduling, and then we're like, oh hey, yeah, sorry, we overscheduled. Can you do a different date? And luckily they're like, yeah, absolutely, no problem.
So how did I get on the list then? Because I'm a newbie in roller hockey. I'm a nobody.
Well, I follow you and I
Yeah.
know you from Wish Cup and I've watched your social media. And so I was like, and then I found your Twitch and I was like, you know what, this would be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
appreciate
you're
it.
making enough noise.
I appreciate it. And I'm trying to do this full time. I don't make a single dollar from social media. I do it for fun. And I just want to play more hockey. My goal with all of this content and kind of a bucket list is I'd like to play, whether it's ball hockey, roller hockey, or ice hockey, in as many countries as possible.
Nice.
Very cool.
But you know
Think
what
it'd
you
be
have
amazing.
over Nick the goalie? He doesn't play roller. So he's
Yeah.
already behind on the trend.
Yet.
I would love to see that man play goalie and roller.
He does not play roller yet. Remember,
Yeah,
he's
you
in
should get him
BC
in.
and have a good BC league.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I could see him potentially joining that.
That'd be sweet.
Now imagine what he would do there. Oh boy. His content's awesome. His
It's funny.
content is
Yeah.
so funny.
It's funny.
Yeah, I could
Have we
sit there
reached
for
out
hours.
to him yet?
What?
Have we reached out to him yet?
No, because he doesn't play roller.
Well,
You should.
hey, Hef,
It's-
when he goes roller, you get him for us.
I'll do that. He's honestly an incredible person. So
Yeah.
down to earth. Really, really fun to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely think about getting him on. But if he goes roller, if he does at least one video in roller, we're like, yep, we got to get him.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
our
yeah.
stipulation.
Or we'll DM him. We'll be like, hey, put some skates on, create a roller video, and we want you on the podcast after that.
Yeah.
So Justin, are you going down to Wish Cup too?
To Wish or USRC?
Wish in June.
I'm trying to decide because they went into like the middle of the week for the men's club division.
Okay.
So we'll have to see if I can make it work, but I want to.
Because I'll say if you guys are both down there the same weekend, it as much as it's none of my business, it's not my show. In IRL podcast at the Wish Cup would be crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and that's we probably need to block that off, honestly.
Yeah.
So
You're a
Can you
realtor.
get
You
us
make your own
both?
schedule.
yeah.
You make your own schedule. You're a realtor.
It's the lady though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What they say go. Anybody watching, what your lady says goes. Okay. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Like
right.
I speaking of that, I got asked. So I'm hopefully playing in some roller events this summer. Multiple of them. I got asked by Team Epic and Team PMG or something. They
Okay.
played pro last year.
So was it Epic Beta Blood and Feathers?
No, Epic. Some new team. I'm gonna pull up my Instagram right here.
I do know the team you're talking about, but it's Epic something Epic. But yeah, then PMG is a mostly northeastern team, I want to say.
Yeah. So Epic Hockey.
Okay.
They're trying to qualify for pros. They asked me to play. They sent me a list of like 12 tournaments. I didn't even answer. I showed my wife and I said, pick the tournaments I can go to. Just pick. And she goes, we're having a baby the same time at half of them. I said, okay, well, I can't go to those, obviously, but what about the other ones? The amount of chores I have to do now.
The 2 weeks before and after the baby are blocked out.
Try 6. 6 before, 6 after. Except Wish Cup, because Wish Cup is like 3 weeks before. And I told her, I said, well, I said yes to this before you were pregnant, so technically. And she's like, yeah, sure. Okay.
Well,
I think that's enough time.
You bring her, if she has the baby that weekend, you go to the honky tonk. She goes to the hospital.
Are you're trying to get me killed.
And then all you do is you go, all right, I'll FaceTime you. And you can just show me the baby when the baby's born, and then I'll come there.
Oh,
I'll stumble into the room.
Especially after everything we've done to make sure that I'm here for the pregnancy. Because to get into it a bit, but I was supposed to leave the United States this week, have to go back to Canada and not be able to come in until July because of the immigration. But because she's pregnant, now I have to stay in the US and I can't leave because we switched our case basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to miss the whole pregnancy, the birth and everything. So we hired a lawyer, went through a whole new debate to be able to let me stay here.
Well, wow. I'm glad you got to stay.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Because that would be one messed up situation if they just said, no, you can't see the birth of your child.
Your first kid,
Yeah.
Plus my wife is high risk. She hasn't worked in 3 months. That's off topic though. Let's go back to hockey. I don't want to. You can cut that out.
Are you excited to teach your kid how to play hockey?
I want to say yes, but I see the price of gear, so it's a no. When a stick is 500, no, I don't want you to play hockey.
That's why you go to play it against sports.
There is one 10 minutes away, actually. I got one 10 minutes away.
You get all the different age groups, and as your child grows, you just go, all right, well, you're going to be a goalie because I already pre-ordered. I bought all used gear for your entire life.
Either that, or I get big enough on social media that I get a deal.
Yep.
Oh,
it's true.
I think I lost you guys.
We hear you.
I think I lost you guys. No.
We can still hear you.
Oh, no.
Here.
Every episode of No Offsides podcast is brought to you by Champion Hockey. Be a champion.
Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we're back.
Some Canadian struggles.
The Canadian struggles, the Minnesota winners. We'll blame it on the Minnesota win. It's just easier that way.
Goalie problems.
It was the Canadian government hearing us talk crap about how you found a loophole. They were like, don't talk crap. Trudeau's watching you, man.
Go for it. The guy's got other problems.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, there's a big roller season coming. I'm pumped to see if I can compete with these guys. That's my biggest, and as much as I'm not trying to be a big hockey goalie anymore, I'm not going to have, make a living playing roller hockey.
Yeah.
That inside instinct, that competitiveness, I want to know if I can play with the big boys. I watched Jimmy Teed play. The guy looks unreal in net. He's playing in Spain. He plays for Black Ice, and I'm curious, can I compete with him? If we're versus each other, is it a good game or is he blowing me out of the water?
I'd like to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a way to compare yourself.
To me, I watched after playing the Wish Cup, I watched a lot of live games. I watched the Narch tournament because it was on YouTube. I went and watched as many Palma invite games as I could, and I think I could play with a lot of them. But I want to see if I can play with the best of the best. And from what I've seen, Jimmy's up there. He's for sure in top 3. I want to see if I can compete with him.
Yeah, I mean, you have the top, what could be determined as the top 2 goalies on one team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Machinsky and Teed, both solid, disgusting goaltenders. And there's definitely, there's plenty of really, I mean, they wouldn't be on the teams if they weren't that good. I mean, you get even people like even Nicky Wydock, who plays for Epical Beta Blood and Feathers, who stands on his head most of the games that he plays in, right? So there are goalies. It just all comes down to, I mean, to me in roller, especially in the pro scene, you could be as good as goalie you want. It comes down to your supporting cast.
Okay. See, I don't know the game well enough to be able to say yes on that. And like you guys heard my thought earlier, I put everything on me.
Yes.
But that's where I'm still in that learning curve, and I'm curious to see how it is. Is it really like you say, where it's team based and you could be a king, but your guys can't score, it's over? Or is it on ice where a goalie changes everything?
I mean, a goalie can change everything in roller, but it also depends. I mean, there's so much space out there, and as you talked about, possession game, right? And so your team could be possessed for 2/3 of the game, and they're sitting on defense. And as long as your team is able to take the opportunities that are given and go down and score, you can win a close game.
Yeah.
But it comes down to when you're being dominated so much in roller, the goalie is so that much important, right?
Yeah.
And so, and that's how I see it, where I can't say there is a weak goalie in the pro division for North America pro circuit. They're all solid, but you look at some of the teams where some of them have NHL players, right, that have played roller, like Adam Ernie, who plays with Car Shield. You have Shavo, who plays with Black Ice, that team's rather stacked. You have teams that I've talked about in the past that, like Roadrunners, bunch of young guys that have just stuck together and have grown with Johnson in goal and just became solid. You look at California team Skittles, another young team, solid goaltending there, and they got shellacked for a while, and now they're competing. So it just comes down to putting in the work and just getting better as a team to support your goalie. Because it seems like most teams have the goalie. It's just, how do you play against a team like Black Ice?
Mm-hmm. And I've noticed that this roller or pro roller community is a tight knit group. It's not easy to get into, because I DM'd, I would say, like 15 pro teams or 10 pro teams, whatever it is, to just be like, can I get a tryout? Like, bring me out to a qualifier tournament or to your club team. Let me see if I can play with these guys. Because I got really into it, and I told her, I said, you know what? I'm going to try to do this. It's weekends out of the year. We can make it travel trips, kind of like little vacations, And the feedback I was getting was like, yeah, you're never going to play here. I was like, wow, okay. You couldn't just ghost me instead of saying that. So I want to show up with Epic now and absolutely dominate a tournament and just be them like, all right, I'm good with my team. They're a new team. They're a bunch of young guys. They seem like a great group of guys. And I'm excited to play with them. And I really hope we make a statement this year. Really, really do.
Get them to sign up for US Roller Cup.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys are still. When is that?
February. Is that February 16th weekend, Justin? Is that what that is?
A lot of guys play college hockey, so they can't. They're still in season. Okay. Where is that tournament?
Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a dual deck in outside Atlanta in Snellville.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's a tournament. They had DM'd me, and I said, look, if there's a team looking for a goalie, let me know. I'll see if I can make it out there. But they never came back to me. So I'm still a nobody in the roller world, and I do want to make a statement. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it is a tight-knit group community. And the pro teams are, super picky on who they get. And there's guys that get to be put on a team, but they'll ride the bench and maybe get one shift in a game.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a newer team, they'll have 3 lines, 4 lines, but that third, fourth line guys, they don't touch the rink. But then they also, they get the benefit of going, I played for a pro team.
Which is crazy for me. I didn't think they had that many guys in roller. I thought you were 2.5 lines, maybe.
In the pro scene, you have more, just because every game you want to put out, right?
Yeah.
And then, so then when you are shellacking a team, you can kind of take a little bit of a rest and give I think Black Ice might roll 3 lines, and they have 2. Like, I can't say the third line's not solid, but the first 2 lines are stacked.
Okay.
And then and I could be wrong, but I think they roll 6 forwards and maybe 8D. Oh no, they roll 6 forwards and maybe 6D, but I'm not 100% sure. But But you go to high intensity, let's say nationals, right? No matter which one you go to, whether it's State Wars Tours or Narch, and you're going balls to the wall. So you need the legs, and everyone has their own specialty of, who's going to be on the power play, who's going to be on the penalty kill, right? And so it's just weighing your options and when's a good time to rest someone compared to, keeping them out there playing. So
Okay, that makes sense.
it's kind of like, ice hockey. You have your fourth line, which when I grew up was your banger line, right?
Yeah.
Now it's kind of, some teams still have it as your semi banger line, but there's more skill there. And so,
Absolutely.
and it's, it's still there to take minutes away, give your top lines a break. So you're not every other shifting it or whatever. And, if you can get some points out of them, fantastic. And that's kind of how you look at your third, and some teams carry 4 lines in roller.
Okay. Interesting.
But I mean, like I said, some guys don't touch the rink.
Yeah, and I noticed that when I was watching the tournaments and stuff. I noticed that the team, John was out there every second shift.
Yeah.
Black Ice. And then same thing with Mission. They had the same first line out every second shift. And I was like, okay, this really is like regular ice hockey where you have your set guys and everybody else is kind of an alternate.
Yeah, and that's like, you rotate until someone really needs a break, or you're blowing a team out and it's like, maybe I don't need to take this shift so I can not get hurt.
Okay.
Right. So, but yeah, I mean, it all depends per team as well. So you have your top guys that are going to get the most rink time whenever they want it, and because they're going to give you the best opportunity to score or win, and that's roller hockey.
Okay. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you play again. I mean, I guess I didn't see the one game that you did play at Wish Cup, but I did see some of the highlights from the All-Star game, which was awesome. So
I got the full game on YouTube on my channel. The full game is there from Wish Cup, the one that I played.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Want to go roast it? Go for it.
That'd be fun.
I like when you do those videos, the rate my saves or rate my goals against.
Oh yeah.
Those are fun.
You see, I enjoy making those, but I haven't played men's league in 2 months now. Because I'm new in Minnesota, I don't know where to play. I don't have enough people out here that I know. And John's in season, so it's not like he plays men's league.
Yeah.
So
have you gone down to the Mall of America yet?
I have. It's overwhelming.
How is it?
Overwhelming. I don't like to shop in the first place. So when I walk in there, it's just kind of like a nightmare. And then my parents came down to visit us a couple months ago, and they were like, "Oh, let's go." It took us 4 hours to walk that whole thing, and I was like, "What? I did my workout for a week. What am I doing here?"
I got rid of my shape.
Yeah, I wish. I was walking around with McDonald's in my hand the whole time.
Nice. Oh man, that's awesome.
That's the one good thing about not playing hockey anymore. I can eat what I want. Good because it feels good to be able to eat, but bad because I'm eating too much.
I get it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Hey Dan, how do you feel about going into rapid fire?
Yeah, let's do for some rapid fire. Absolutely.
Oh boy.
You ready for this?
Justin's gonna throw you to the ringer, man.
I'm a goalie, so I don't know if I am. Do it.
Don't think too much about this, all right? First thing that comes to your head.
I got too many pucks that I had to think too much.
Hey, he's got 3 major concussions.
4.
Because the first question is...
Oh, crap.
First question is, does it hurt being hit with a puck?
No.
There you go. All you young goalies out there, you're going to be fine.
Just don't wear a baseball chest protector and a baseball glove and take actual hockey puck. Then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
What are your favorite pads, sticks, gloves? What gear are you rocking?
Right now, I'm rocking PGS stuff, Pro Goalies, just because I haven't tried any new stuff, and they've been really kind with me, and they've sent me out some free stuff. I haven't tried the new Bowers. I haven't tried the Barons or anything else. So I can't say what my favorite is. I have to try them.
Okay.
What'd you use what'd you use in like Belgium and
in Belgium? I had a set of Bowers.
But you never got to use them, right?
I used them for 2 months.
Okay.
So I liked them. I did love what I had. In college, I used CCM. I loved it. The only company I don't like is Vaughn.
Okay. Any reason?
Wore them when I was a kid, and I hated the feeling of them. Super heavy, super old school. I felt like I was Marty Brodeur, and I was like, I don't play that way. So I can't wear that stuff. But everything
Okay.
else seems pretty good.
Reasonable.
What's your favorite piece of content you've ever put out?
Recently in beer league, having a pizza mid game, people were freaking out about that, and I was like, this is hilarious. So I had a pizza. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a pizza, it was a hot dog. And the comments are like, this man's having a glizzy mid game. Yep, having a glizzy, a cold glizzy too. Nasty.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that. What's your favorite way to train?
Crap. Now that I'm a men's league guy, I would say just playing around with some friends. But back when I was a kid, I had bought a tennis ball machine, and I'd love just having that thing rip at me all day. I had about 1,000 tennis balls, and I'd do that every day.
That's cool. What do you think the biggest differences are between playing roller goalie and ice goalie?
The movement, for sure. The movement, you cannot adjust as well as on roller as you can on ice, which makes moving for the puck much more difficult.
Okay. I think you already answered this, but who's your favorite goaltender of all time?
Marty Brodeur, hands down, best of all time.
Cool. Best hockey / sports show or movie of all time?
Oof, I want to say Miracle, but the Mighty Ducks are a close second. I got to go Miracle.
Okay.
Love it. Love it.
Very good. What personality trait do you think is most important for a hockey goalie?
Being crazy. You got to be a bit of a wacko to stand in front of a puck coming at you 90 miles an hour and be happy to do it too.
I agree, yeah. What's your favorite rink you've ever played at, ice or roller, or one for each?
Roller, Wish Cup, that venue was unbelievable. I haven't played in many of them, but that one's my favorite. Ice, I got to say Bonnyville, where I played for Team Canada. Small rink, 6,000 people. The thing was jam-packed. Really cool experience.
Very cool. Yeah, it's nice having all the fans there and all that energy.
Yeah, especially we were playing in Canada as Team Canada versus USA, so everybody was going crazy. Bonnyville, Alberta, small little town. There's maybe 15,000 people there. There was 6,000 at the game. Like, unbelievable.
Wow. 3 tips for young goaltenders.
Practice your skating as much as possible. Practice your hand-eye coordination, and have as much fun as possible. Because it gets stressful, it gets competitive. Don't let the negativity of you getting scored on matter. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just play the game and have fun.
I love it. Especially in roller, you're gonna get scored on.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No choice. And the last question, unless Dan, do you have any?
I think no. I don't think I have any questions, which is unusual because usually I'm like, bam, got him.
Well, we got a lot on the whole episode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. Well, then last rapid fire question. Did you have a good time? You have fun?
I absolutely loved it. I appreciate you guys for having me on. I really do. I
Oh,
haven't
man.
had a fun hockey talk in a long time.
Well, that's
Hey,
what we're here for. We just want to talk hockey. We want to talk, personal experiences and talk the business.
You know what? I love it, and I'm gonna shoot my shot here and hope I get to come back on after next Wish Cup.
Would
Yeah.
love to have you. Absolutely.
definitely.
And depending on what day the All-Star game is, that will depend on when I'm there. But now that I've gotten to know you, and so now we can be on friend status, now I'm allowed to chirp you even more.
Oh, 100%. If you're not behind my net ripping me apart, I'm devastated.
Well,
We'll
I
do,
might just
ice-
if I could ref that game, I'll just stand on behind your net and then just chirp you there.
I'm good with that. Just expect me to throw it back.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just throw you Skittles.
Oh. Could you imagine mid-game, make a save, turn around?
Yeah.
Sounds correct.
Could you chirp the person feeding you Skittles?
Yes, definitely. You call that a toss? It didn't even come next to me.
Yeah.
I think we
Well-
should take you up though and try to do a live podcast from the Wish Cup if we're out there.
If we're there the same weekend, I'm in. I'm
right,
there
yeah.
first to the third. I don't know when you guys are there.
Okay, it's probably around the same time. Yeah, I think I think it should be that Friday to Sunday or whatever it is.
Monday, I
So-
think. Yeah.
Yeah, Monday's the latest. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. We could definitely put that in the works. We'll block it out of our schedule. And I mean, you hop on, we could pull other people too. So it should be a fun time. Absolutely. Let's do it.
I'm pumped.
Yep. Do you want to
So-
plug any more of your socials, everything like that?
If you guys want to check me out, Mr. Heffy on anything, I answer all DMs. So if you guys got any questions or anything, by all means. And if you want to get roasted, because I roast a lot of goalie setups, you got to post it in my Discord. So check out my bio.
All right.
Fantastic. All right. Well, once again, if you're forechecking, dole it up because there's no offsides. I'm Dan Dean.
I'm Justin Wood.
Mr. Heffy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Peace
Really
out, guys.
appreciate it, man. See you, everybody.
No offside.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of No Offsides. This week's episode is brought to you by the Asheville Hockey League. The mission of the Asheville Hockey League is to provide community space for inline hockey in Western North Carolina, empowering youth and adults of all backgrounds through competition, mentorship, skills development, camaraderie, and the love of the sport. This episode is also brought to you by US Roller Cup. Join a revolution in roller. The U.S. Roller Cup is a premier roller hockey tournament series in the United States. Their passion for the sport drives them to create an unparalleled experience for players, fans, and coaches alike. With a focus on promoting roller hockey at all levels, from youth to professional, we are committed to growing the game and fostering a sense of community within the roller hockey world. USRC seeks to spread the love for roller hockey across the nation, connecting players and fans from every corner of the United States. Go to usrollercup.com to register for this year's Winter Nationals, held at SGAA in Snellville, Georgia. The tournament is scheduled from February 16th to the 18th, promising an exciting weekend of competition. With pro prizes up to $9,000 and divisions from 10U all the way up to men's and women's pro. Get your spot today. US Roller Cup. Roller hockey is more than just a sport. It's a way of life. Every episode of No Offsides podcast is brought to you by Champion Hockey. Be a champion.